Hi, this is Melanie back again. Once again, I have been at work for a full day. I'm not redoing everything. It's okay. Um, this is a video, or these videos are intended for people that are looking or wanting to look at what it's like, what it might sound like, just the experience of someone that is going through transition as opposed to someone who is transitioned, and also for anyone who may want to support them or just looking for general information. Um, I don't mind views being expressed. Keep them positive. I think in the atmosphere of this being a supportive environment for people like myself, I probably am just going to restrict the comments to just positive ones. So feel free to ask questions. But I probably am, just to keep it a supportive environment, going to stand up for all of us trans people, and keep them positive only. So that being said, I'm going to go into something that is probably like one of the biggest daily struggles, like the thing that happens the most as far as like just difficulties. So being misgendered is like a real thing. It sucks. I hate it. It's easier to deal with like from some people than others. So quickly, I want to touch base on, at least in my opinion, why that happens. Um, First of all, if someone is presenting like myself and I get misgendered, I would say I'm doing at least a good enough job of presenting woman that it should be obvious to someone that, like, hey, this is not a dude. But that being said, I think beyond that, beyond someone who's just going out of their way to be shitty, people are misgendering like myself because I don't pass yet. So what is passing? And I'm not going to make this video about passing, but just to quickly touch, um, when I sound right, when I am appearing properly, like I have the features that you would expect to see on a woman, um, and when I'm behaving like a woman, those are like the three big things I think. And appearance could go as far as like attire and whatever, right? Like I'm not showing shadow. Um, I have growth in areas that I should be seeing growth in, different things like that. Those are like when all of those things check out, those three big things. Um, my audio, how I look, and how I behave, I think my odds of getting misgendered go down considerably. Um, and that's fine, right? Like, I don't sweat about passing. I know I'm not going to. Like, it's okay. Um, I can only harp on the fact that the transition is for the trans person. It's not for anybody else. Um, so what is being misgendered? Like, what does that feel like? Um, there is a point at which you just like want to pass so bad. Um, it really sucks because basically I hear that and it's confirming that I am not where I want to be at. Um, when I speak, every time I speak, I know that I am not making enough progress. When I look in the mirror, I know that I'm not where I want to be. Um, so that can be really frustrating, and sometimes it can really hurt. I think I'm past the point where it hurts now. I think it's happened enough that it's like, okay. And I guess what to do with that when it happens. And for me, I've tried a few different things. It depends on the circumstance, but especially like just random people. Um, I guess even people that I know, one of the things that has been successful is just to ask them, like, or inform them. Like, if a customer says something at a cash register or something like that and they misgender me, um, I can't expect them to respect my own wishes if I'm not being confident with it, right? Like, I need to just own it, um, and be as respectful as possible. There are people who just fucking make a mistake, and I still look like not a woman anyway. I look like a trans girl who's very early on, right? Like, I'm not passing. I don't sound. I'm sure behaviorally speaking, I don't all the way check out yet. So, um, when they misgender me, a lot of times, like, I'll just like, oh, excuse me, it's she, her. Or if I get sir, it's like, excuse me, it's she, her, ma'am. Please and thank you. And most of the time they come back with, oh, I'm so sorry. That's legitimately like, that works most of the time. And I've said in previous videos, and I'll quickly say it again, that if it's someone repetitively doing it and it's over and over again, I give them a wide berth, especially because people are not like, I may be the only trans person they like interact with daily, and they may never have interacted with a trans person daily. That's a very real thing. So for them, it's probably very different. Just like this is different for me, right? Like, so giving that same understanding back to them, I think helps. People are going to be people, but those are a couple of things that I do often as far as like interacting with people. Be firm and set your boundaries. Just don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. There's a lot of like people on the internet who are dicks about it. And there's even some people on the internet who go out of their way to make content that probably doesn't paint us in the best light, like trans people. There's one lady that like runs around in bathrooms and like makes uncomfortable, cringy ass videos. So, like, you know, there are people may not have been exposed to a rational trans lady. I'm not saying that trans people are normally irrational. I'm just saying the ones that get a lot of attention not always are the best representatives. So represent yourself. You don't have to represent trans people. I don't. I speak for myself. So, you know, in those cases, I just am going to set my boundary. I'm going to be firm. I'm going to be respectful. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt most of the time. Because that's what I want, right? Like, especially when we're the minority and we know that, like, the government isn't trying to recognize us. Like, there's a lot working against me. There are some people who legitimately just think I'm a fucking freak. I'm definitely abnormal, right? Like, this is not the normal that you would see. We are definitely the minority as far as, like, the population goes. So that takes into account for me. I am abnormal, and that's fine. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that it's not normal, especially for that person who, like, you'll see people that are obviously familiar with trans people, and they will immediately come up and, you know, they will be so sweet to you. They will, like, sometimes they'll tell me, I'll say something like, I wish I could be a bad bitch. One day I will. And like, I've had this happen a couple times where I've said that, and they'll hit me back with like, you are a bad bitch. You keep on doing what you're doing, and are super supportive. Like, they'll come up and give me hugs and shit. They'll tell me like where they got their purse and shit. Like, there's a lot of good interactions that I have. I would say the majority of them are like that. It's interesting because being in these shoes, you see kind of a lot of different people, but I guess they're in three categories. They're like, there's the person who doesn't give a fuck, and they just don't care either way. They're gonna do their thing. They are not concerned with you. Fine by me. There's the second person who is like super, super, super supportive. Like, they see you, they recognize like what I'm going through and how difficult that might be. Maybe they know someone, or they just aren't an asshole. Maybe they're up to date on their science and their medical research, right? Like, for whatever reason, they are for humanity, and they just practice being a decent human. And then there's a third group of people. They're assholes. No matter what I do, they are still going to be an asshole. There's nothing I'm going to do to change that. And I don't allow them to rent space in my mind. Again, thank you so much, Go Mama. I love you. You are the shit. So I've said this before also on the channel, and I'll say it again, that I used to not give a flying fuck what people thought. I was going to do what I was going to do. Fuck everybody else. And I wouldn't say that I have that attitude currently. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And yeah, sure, fuck them, right? Like, don't let the haters hate. Because when they see that, when I'm all like unconfident and I'm like trying to hide away and I won't make eye contact, like, the people that are going to be sharks in the water see a fish that's like bleeding. And again, some sharks are going to be sharks, but for the most part, when I'm putting myself out there properly and I'm smiling and making eye contact and engaging like a normal person would, I usually get a better result. Even when I know I'm not passing, I know they know I'm not passing. Do I wish I passed? Fuck yes, that is definitely the goal. I wish I was born a woman. I want to get as close to that reality as possible. So in the same way that I am asking for some leeway from people, like, hey, I don't have this figured out yet. I'm still practicing. I'm still learning all this stuff. It is a long, difficult journey. and it comes in small little, like, we're just going a little bit at a time, and there's so many different areas to cover too. It's not just getting hair or learning to do makeup or learning vocal training. There are so many things that we have to do, and even some of them, it's like, doesn't matter how many hormones I take, I still want bottom surgery. If I'm even, like, if I can afford that, if I am medically okay for that procedure, there's a lot of things. So my advice would be, as far as misgendering and any frustration that might come from that, be super understanding of others, give the benefit of the doubt, be confident, respect yourself and others, but give it time. Give it time, and if I know that I'm not going to pass today or tomorrow, then I'm not going to worry about it. Like I said, there's going to be people that are supportive, and there's going to be people that aren't. And it's really frustrating. It's most of the time not other people. It's just like, man, am I frustrated that I am not what I want to be. There are moments when I really just hate it. Not being trans, I guess it's more like I just hate that I'm not there yet. And I've put, like, so much effort into this. I've spent a lot of money, a lot of time. I had to buy a whole new wardrobe. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. And it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't matter how much money I have. It's not going to be an overnight thing. So at first I used to really, really be sensitive about it, like super sensitive getting misgendered. Now, not so sensitive. It is what it is. I've kind of come to grips with a little more. I understand and expect people to be one of the three categories, right? Like, they're going to be supportive, they're not going to care, or they're going to be assholes. And I'm not going to let assholes rule my world. Like, get the fuck out of here. So that would be my best advice. That's been kind of my experience with it. I am trying to keep this shorter. I am tired. I just ate a bunch of sushi. It's $5 sushi day at our local grocery store. So my wife and I got a bunch of sushi when we got off work. I ate a bunch of it. So yeah, like, and as far as fifth IPL treatment goes, like, again, we're still seeing a little bit of shadow. It's not too bad though. We're getting somewhere. Super happy with the IPL treatments. Super happy gaining some weight. 10 months on HRT, I'm getting a little bit of thigh. My hips are starting to get a little bit bigger. My tummy's got some weight. Like, it's crazy. I put on jeans today, and for the first time I had to, like, it wasn't like I was slipping into a pillowcase when I put on a jean, like one of the legs of my jean. Like, I had to pull that bitch up, and that was so exciting. My waist got bigger. So the changes are going to happen. It does take time. And the more changes that take place and the more work I put into it personally, like, especially with the vocal training shit, the more work I do, the more that will show. And whatever work I haven't done, like legitimate, whether it be surgical work, whether it be vocal training work or wardrobe work, whatever those things are, no matter what they are, the more I put into it, the more I will get out of it. And it just takes time. Be patient, keep at it, and love yourself. Loving me is a super, super important part of this. Yeah, being misgendered is hard, especially at first. I like, am super self-conscious about it. Definitely a lot more so a couple months ago than I am today. And the more changes that happen, the more confident I become. So, we just keep on trucking forward. Love you to my friends who are still on here and still supporting me. I super, super appreciate you guys. And also to the new people who may be here for the first time, or are just not, I haven't actually spoken to you before. Super, super appreciate everybody. And I think I will wrap it up here, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.